Hello, my name is Dr. Stephen Critchlow. I'm a consultant psychiatrist and have also been a church pastor. I'm doing a short series of 5-minute videos on the topic of sleep. And today I want to talk about help to sleep well. We sometimes call this sleep hygiene. And that is basically helping us to sleep well. Of course, sleep can be disrupted by all kinds of problems, emotions, anxiety, change of routine, traveling, exams, work, etc. All kinds of things can affect our sleep pattern. So basically, how can we help ourselves to maybe sleep well? Well, there are certain things that can be quite important. First of all, having a routine of sleep that we keep to even in the weekends as well can be useful. In other words, going to bed at a certain time, getting up at a certain time, keeping to a routine can be very important. Exercise is so important in helping us to sleep well. And particularly with exercise in the morning or the afternoons, earlier part of the day, rather than last thing at night. Simple things like keeping the bedroom dark and quiet and at a reasonable temperature can also be very helpful in maintaining a healthy sleep pattern. It's important that we wind down and relax a little bit before we try and sleep, and not to be doing anything that will really be getting us very active, like computer games. I used to find that playing chess late at night made sleep a little bit difficult for me. Doing something too stimulating can be really not very helpful. Also, sorting out our thoughts before we go to sleep is helpful. If we've got some anxieties or some things, try and work them out before. Sometimes writing them down can be very helpful as a way of working them through, so we don't take them, as it were, to bed with us. Winding down, doing something quiet, relaxing for an hour or so before we go to sleep can be very valuable. If we've been lying in bed for 20-30 minutes and not sleeping, it's probably better to get up and do something else for a while until we feel sleepy. Trying to force ourselves to sleep when we're lying in bed doesn't work. All it does is make us more het up and find it more difficult. Taking a nap during the day can be a problem because that can upset our sleep pattern and make it difficult for us to sleep at night. It alters the sleep pattern. Not going to bed when we've had too much to eat can be helpful, and maybe not going to bed when we're too hungry can also be, those can be problems. Smoking and nicotine is a problem because if we smoke and take nicotine, then that will actually arouse us. So smoking just before going to bed is not helpful. And keeping bed as a place really for sleep and not reading or watching television in bed, all of those things can be extremely important in helping us to maintain a good sleep pattern. Just thinking back to something I've mentioned there, writing things down, sorting out our emotions, sorting out any problems before we try and sleep can be very helpful. And I've found writing things down and working things through can be extremely helpful. Also, I tend to keep a pen and paper by my bed, so if things come to me during the night, I can scribble them down rather than them going round and round in my mind. And one thing we can learn is something that is mentioned in the Holy Scriptures, and this comes from 1 Peter 5 verse 7, where Peter says, "Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you." You see, what that verse is saying is that God really, really cares for you. God loves you. The beautiful thing about God is that he really loves us. It says, for example, God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. God really loved you enough that Jesus would die to forgive you and bring you life. Jesus died for you on that cross to forgive you and bring you into new life. And now you can cast your cares on him because he truly cares for you. Not only in that experience of the cross, but day by day, God cares for you. And he wants you to know him and love him and be able to cast all your anxieties on him.